Hello everybody. Because of the way Twitch does advertising, we have to put some extra space up front, so please enjoy some yodeling. Hello, murder fans! We record our videos well before we upload them, so I'm adding new audio updates so we can be more up-to-date with the fans. Number one, thanks to everybody who continues to donate to the Maze Maintenance Funds. We really appreciate it, and we're pursuing our goal of being able to do this full-time for you. Number two, please spread the word and tell your friends. The more people who know about this little murder maze, the happier we will be. Third, we've heard your requests, and yes, we will be putting up my cocktail recipes. They're not originals or anything. You could Google them, but we will be putting them all on the website at some point soon. And finally, if you're a fan of Bruce the Cat, if you stick around at the end of the video, you might see something you enjoy. Here's the show. We're recording because... why?
Oh, One-Man Murder Maze.
This is the One-Man Murder Maze, starring...
Cue the thing.
Okay, forget it. We'll cue the thing.
Yeah.
Tell me why, I'm still stuck in this place. All the violence, it's just a one-man murder maze. I reappraise my ways, I put my favorite place in a blazing haze. And I'll end my days in this one-man murder maze. Let me rephrase. These are the days in a one-man murder maze. Man, murder maze, man, murder maze.
All right, that was the thing.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. I'm Eric Trueheart.
You are. I met you.
Mm-hmm. And this...
Oh, you're talking to everybody else.
Yeah. No, I'm talking to the people who aren't you right now.
Oh.
So,
I never thought... I have solipsism, so I never thought of that was a possibility.
Yeah, no, it's true. And this is Ricky Simons, professional solipist. And this is the internet's only surrealist one-on-one semi-comedy Dungeons and Dragons podcast game stream.
I hope so. We'll have to find the other ones and kill them.
Yeah, we will.
I got bricks ready for it.
Uh-huh.
Let me clear my throat.
Okay. There are specialists designed to take out...
There we go. I can push it out.
Okay.
There's a whole beaver in there.
Okay. That's fine. Does it have a new home now? Is it happy?
I hope so.
Okay.
You know, all I want is happiness for everything.
I know. Don't you? Especially
except for the bad people.
Me. No, even them.
No, if a bad person is happy, it's only because someone else is miserable. That's what makes them bad.
No, then I don't want them happy.
Yeah.
What if? No, hang on.
All right.
What if they're happy because? I'm sorry, I'm going through like Darth Vader and Hitler in my head and just thinking of things like, and I'm not really coming up with... Hitler might have been like occasionally brought joy by puppies, but I'm pretty sure Vader never did. They're both very bad people.
No people.
Very bad people. So anyway,
Darth Vader was just horny.
What?
He was just horny.
He was?
I watched his prequels. The prequels, Darth Vader was just like, and she was like, no. And he was like, yeah, and then they got together and it was like, oh, no, I'm evil.
But didn't he like? But that was like Anakin Skywalker. Didn't Darth Vader himself like burn his junk off in the lava fields? Like
I would assume there's no junk in there anymore.
He
had,
There's no fly in that suit, so Anyway, so every week, Ricky Simons Dungeon Masters my character Horkhauser, the surly reverse burglar. Through a series of surrealist adventures, and we are currently, as Horkhauser tries to return a plate artifact, it's a plate with legs, into the restaurant inside the one-man murder maze. And what is the name of the murder maze again?
Oh, it's the Undertower.
That's right.
Undertower Museum. And you were trying to return that plate to the museum, to the restaurant in the museum.
Right. In the Undertower. So, and of course, he's alone. He doesn't have any help. except for the people he comes across, and maybe some objects or health packs or ammo drops, maybe. But this is Dungeons and Dragons, so there's no ammo drops.
Giant hearts. You just, some coins, some gigantic coins inside of your head.
That'll work. By the way, I used to have the little Mario star here. I now have a little Mario flower.
Very nice. So you're powering up, huh? We'll see about that.
I think so. Yeah, we'll see. So, do you want to bring them up? Oh, before we start, I have to tell everyone what I'm drinking because nobody cares. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this week I am drinking, and I don't know if I've done this one already. I'm drinking the Jack Rose cocktail. Now, here's what's in the Jack Rose. Can you hear the drums?
I always assume that you're playing bongos with one hand.
I am.
Yeah.
The Jack Rose consists of 2 ounces of apple brandy or applejack, or in this case, Calvados, because that's all I had. Also, 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice and 3/4 of an ounce of grenadine. Put it on a cocktail shaker, that is. Shake it up, serve it in chilled coupe glass. This is not a coupe glass. Garnish with a lime. I don't have a lime. But either way, it's real nice.
I only understood the words grenadine and lime.
That's fine.
I'm not an adult.
You know, the best thing about being an adult is you get to drink things.
Oh, well, I'm drinking coffee right now.
So you say.
Decaf.
Smart.
Don't want any stimulants in this house.
Yep. No, you might get jittery.
Yeah, I got a cat.
So if I recall correctly, and I don't, because you just filled me in, it's been a while since we've recorded. Right. And one of the things, so when last we left, Horkhauser had received a box with a ring in it from a long dead relative. If I'm
very long dead.
Yes. For a Screwtooth,
Screwtooth.
He's discovered that Screwtooth, who has written the guide to all the mushroom gods in this land, sort of like Tobin's Spirit Guide in the Ghostbusters universe, but this is for mushroom gods. Turns out I'm a descendant. Horkhauser is a descendant of Screwtooth, which actually doesn't really do him a lot of good. But he also said, tell me if I'm wrong, if I'm getting this wrong or confused.
You're wrong. Oh, okay. No, sorry. I listened to you first.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I'm just going to start over. Okay. So what actually I was going to say is, he says the murder mazes must stay closed because they are full of, what do you call them? The wandering dream ids. They're basically full of wandering dream ids that have become unmoored, which is why it's all so surrealist and dreamlike inside the murder maze. Is that right?
Yeah. The planet itself, Gralka, is sleeping.
Okay.
And the Phaeopion, which is the crater on the back of the giant sleeping planet, it's kind of looks like a sleeping raven.
Okay.
That's where all you guys live. So the planet is dreaming, and its dreams sort of wander around, but they were collected a long time ago and stuffed into places that they could cause no harm.
That's a relief.
Yeah.
And except that I'm there, Horkhauser's there, and Horkhauser's gonna get killed.
It'd be nicer if you were on the outside.
Yeah, he's gonna get killed.
Sure. I've got it written down right here.
Yeah, and if I recall, I on top of a floating billboard, the piece of a floating billboard.
Yes.
Paddling my way towards an island.
That's in a bottle.
In a bottle, hoping to find the restaurant, and that pretty much brings us up to date, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Yeah. You remembered a lot, so I'll go ahead and give you one advantage point since you always forget to use it.
Yeah, and I'll probably forget to use it this time. I have a terrible memory.
I think you used it once.
Okay.
And then you got a terrible rash, and then you never did it again.
It's like me in public restrooms, man.
I know. I know. I've been there.
Yeah.
I've seen the writing on the wall. I'm like, Eric Trueheart was here.
Got a rash.
Started here.
Yeah, I was rash patient 0. So... It's not easy, you know.
It's not easy being
rash patient 0. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Well,
look,
I have a lot of weight on my rash right now. It's just it's a heavy burden to carry.
Sure. Yeah.
The rash weight.
Like Sam the Eagle in the Muppets.
If you like, sure. Sure. So, carrying on from where we left off.
Shall I start you off?
Yes.
Shall I kick you off? All right, so
you're
you've had quite a time. I think you've been, since you started this journey, I think it's been about almost 3 days now. Mm-hmm. You have until the 21st to turn this plate in. Otherwise, there will be a blight on crops back in your home city.
Fucking crops, man.
I know. And you wouldn't care other than you owe money So you got to do it.
Yeah. And so to catch everyone up to date, if you haven't just watched all the back one, Horkhauser is an indentured servant. He is a servant to Lovelace, who curates a museum. And Lovelace owns him, and Horkhauser hates it. And he's trying to work off his debt so he can finally have his freedom. Maybe go back to his hometown and find the girl that he left there. Perhaps the only woman he ever loved.
Who may actually be a squirrel in disguise. We don't know.
We don't know. A lot of things we don't know. Yeah. Could actually be just a ball of tinfoil with a couple of toothpicks stuck in it for like arms and legs. We don't know.
I'm right. That's your backstory now.
Oh, no. Oh, come on. That he fell in love with a lot of tinfoil with toothpicks?
You've intrigued the game master.
Well,
the game's operations director.
Never to intrigue you again. Oh,
you should know you're a writer for television. Yeah. Never let producers in on any kind of idea, because they'll go with that. No matter how dumb, they'll go, yeah, do that. Yeah. And then they'll expect it.
Yeah.
Look what you did to yourself just now.
I already pitched Picard season 2 to them.
Right.
And it's just like, so what happens? And I'm like, well, Picard gets like a brick and he just slams himself in the groin for like 10 episodes. And they're like, that's it!
I'd watch that.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's not really in character. I was kidding. But they ran with it, so that's going to be Picard season 2
now. If he did do that, I'd be like, I wouldn't notice the difference after that last 2 episodes. Sorry. That's me.
With special effects. Yeah. Well, he's a robot now, so it's okay. So, anyway, spoiler.
Right. I think we're all robots now.
Oh, God. That explains
That'd
a lot.
Awesome.
So, I'm on the billboard, right?
Yeah.
And I'm paddling towards the thing.
Yeah. You are paddling towards what you think is a island stuffed into a giant bottle in the distance. You are in the dream maze. What was once a field of leaves has now become a flooded plain. In fact, it just looks like an ocean now. And the mock griffin, Fretting Mole, who left you your legacy of your uncle, flew off to go and find Busby Burby, who was a showman and type dude who wandered into the maze 20 years ago with a troupe of actors.
Never heard from
but
since.
That's never heard from since. So, but you don't care about that. You care about like finding shelter in this island bottle.
Yes. Real quick, that ring that was in that box. What does it do things? Should I write it down, or is it just sort of nice?
Did we decide that you know what that ring does?
I guess I don't. I'm gonna have
now,
to.
I don't remember what happened.
Okay, let's just say oh God, so someone who's listening to this who just like watched the last episode is going to be super angry because they're going to be like, no, it's exactly this. Like, why didn't you watch the last episode before you just jump back in again? And it's like, well, we thought we had it all memorized, but it turns out we're fools, and I did not save it in my character. So I'm gonna guess he doesn't know what it is.
Let's go ahead and say he does know what it is, because I think I planned for you to know. And
okay.
I can't remember if you basically Scrooth-tooth, such crumb Scrooth-tooth, the irritable, the 3,000-year-old dead or 3,000 years dead ancestor of yours.
Yes.
The powerful wizard left you a message to be played when you were handed this box. So the ring, he explained to you, is a ring of identify.
You did. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
So it gives you the ability to cast Identify as a ritual.
Yes.
On an object.
I did write this down.
I cannot remember if it lets you do it more than once a day, though. I sent you stats.
I believe it does not.
Okay.
But we'll check the stats. Yeah.
So once a day, you can cast Identify on some magical thing you get, and find out if it's magical or not, or whatever.
Great.
Or what kind of magic.
Whoa.
So.
Okay.
He felt it was important that you had this.
I appreciate that. I'm glad somebody. Horkhauser thinks he's glad somebody cares about him. So somebody cares about what happens to him.
Someone who's dead 3,000 years cares about you.
Yeah, right. It's longer than Jesus has been dead.
I know. I was just thinking that. Yeah, I've heard of this concept before.
So these people, Jesus cares. It's like, well, yeah.
Yeah. Screwtooth symbol though wouldn't be a cross or anything. It would just be a middle finger, because the guy was really irritable. Let me tell you.
I'm definitely descended from him then.
Yeah.
All right.
There are several things he's known for, and that's exploration and then irritability.
And giving people the finger.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. So I'm heading towards paddling.
Yeah,
Paddling towards
you're
this thing.
paddling. I think you're just using your hands. It's a
Mm-hmm.
billboard, but it's not too hard to maneuver. So you're paddling and paddling. And it seems like it's taking forever, and then you notice after a while, you know everything's crazy in this dream museum. So you're not sure if it's a hallucination at first, but you're noticing that it's not getting any bigger. The bottle's just always sort of the same distance or the same size until about after a while of just dizziness. You're not sure how far you've traveled. You realize it's a small bottle. It's a regular sized bottle with a tiny island in it.
Oh no!
And it's floating up next to you.
That's
just
very
bobbling in the water.
That's very disappointing.
It looks like a wine bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Just bobbling around.
Yeah.
Cork end up.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna cork end up. So the island, is it like in the bottom of the bottle?
The island's at the bottom of, or halfway between the bottle is like bottle has water in it.
Mm-hmm.
It has a lagoon. It has an island in the middle. Somewhere in the island, it looks like there might be a town or something. You see tiny little curls of smoke, like from chimneys or something, from somewhere in the dense forest area. Okay. There's a volcano on one side of the island, but you haven't touched it. You're just sort of looking at the bottle as it floats by.
All right.
And there's a cork in the top. I'm
going to gingerly pick the bottle up out of the water.
Okay. It's weird when you lift it because it feels heavier than it should. Like you're like a couple pounds heavier, and it also feels like you can't turn it upside down. Like it only stays in one position.
Mm-hmm. That's wild.
And it almost feels like when you pull it out of the water, it almost feels like it's got a little bit of a suction to it, like the water wants it back down in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I put it on and as I look closer, is there anything I can really notice about this island? This bottle with the island in it?
That there's a cork in it, and it has definitely been uncorked before.
Yeah.
It is not sealed.
Haven't we all?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah. So all right. Well, I'm gonna Horkhauser gonna reach over. It's gonna pull the cork out of the bottle.
Okay. It's a little hard at first. You're struggling with it. Like you do. So you get it between your knees, and you're like, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get the cork up, the world just swirls. It feels like you just got stuck in a hurricane. There's just a swirling, and you're pretty sure you're screaming again. You seem to do that a lot.
Does.
In this world.
That happens.
And then when it's over, you see yourself. It's sort of like shuttering like a frame. So before it's over, I should say, you sort of like a camera frame shutter. You seem to be in the bottle. You seem to be falling towards the island. You seem to be closer to a lagoon, and then splash. You are in the lagoon water, and you look up and you see that you're definitely inside the bottle.
Of course.
And you are wet again.
Of course.
In water in the lagoon, and it's sort of like Gilligan's Island, that little shallow lagoon that they always had at the beginning of every episode.
Yeah.
There's no SS Minnow though, but there is a little lagoon.
But I'm going home.
The island does not seem tropical. It seems more, oceanic, more temperate.
Okay, I'll stay.
Pine trees, that sort of thing.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Sounds good. So how far am I from shore? And do I see? Well, your audio's getting a little weird.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
How's that?
There you go.
Better?
Perfect. Don't put your hand on that. Don't do it.
No way. I touch these things. I touch the earphone.
Yeah.
And then things go strange.
Yeah, it doesn't like to be touched.
All right.
You didn't ask first. Yeah.
I know.
Ask permission. Consent is sexy. All right.
I don't even
Just
let my
remember
cat
that.
touch me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
So, no, I'm just gonna start swimming towards shore. And do I see any bicycles made out of bamboo and coconuts? Like, am I on Gilligan's Island, or is that,
Oh, we should really,
let's not do that. No. That's the day we wind up the podcast, when it becomes the Gilligan's Island D&D podcast. Yeah. Guess what? We're out of ideas. Next week, The Wizard of Oz.
Like Skipper.
Yeah. Staring straight into the camera, going.
But it's saying in Trollish.
Yeah.
So you're not really sure.
Yeah.
But but it's implied what's going on. And he's eaten the rest of the castaways.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured he's just like
Yeah.
pulling a red shirt out from it's stuck between his teeth.
But he's still looking for Gilligan.
Yeah, because he's a troll. He's not smart. He doesn't really understand that he ate Gilligan.
Sure.
Like he's just, it's he just gets in.
Why
these
should
feeding
communication
fits.
cease just because you've eaten somebody?
Yeah, he probably doesn't even make the connection. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. If I was a troll.
I don't know who's like A, the skipper was dumb, and 2, trolls are dumb. So troll skipper's got to be really dumb.
Sure.
I mean, yeah. So that's all. It all lines up. But let's. All right. Shore swimming.
All right.
All right.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're swimming to shore. It
Horkhauser.
wasn't that far away,
Okay.
and it's a nice, clear, shallow bay. You can see some sea turtles and that sort of thing around. You get up on the sandy beach, which is a nice powdery kind of sandy beach.
Mhm.
So about 50 feet up the pretty pristine beachy
Mhm.
beach, you can see the forest begins.
Okay.
Pinewood forest, and there are 2 paths,
Mhm.
both a little bit dark. But there's a white sign in between. It looks like it used to be like it's a monument sign made out of white stone, and it looks like it used to be chiseled, but now it's been like someone has crossed out some of the words, and they've like hammered up other words over it. So
Okay.
what it says is one arrow pointing to, which is a new part of the sign, one of the parts that's hammered up, pointing to the left is the weird wood of mutilating horrors.
Huh.
And then pointing to the right is
Sign me up.
Pointing to the right is the words Feckles Smirch, which is crossed out, and now it says the town of cowards. And also added underneath that are the words, "Are you brave? Stay away."
Well, so either the weird wood of mutilating horrors or the town of cowards.
Yeah.
Seeing as how I'm looking for a restaurant and I don't know where to go,
Right.
I'm gonna say the town of cowards.
Oh, all right. That's a
Yeah.
nice choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to be mutilated or horrified.
Sure.
You
Yeah.
know. I know you probably spent a lot of time on both sections of this, so I don't want to waste your time.
Whichever direction you want to go is fine with me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go with the mutilating horrors. No, I changed my mind. Let's go to the cowards. We're going to go to the town of cowards. Yeah.
Well, you're standing there and you're looking at the sign, and you're trying to come to this decision, and you notice at the top of the sign, which is it's a monument sign, so it's fastened to the ground. It's only about 6 feet high.
Yeah.
The top of the sign, there is what looks like a fire brigade helmet, silver and gold,
Okay.
sort of sitting at the top of the, but like it's sitting at the top of the sign. So
I go and I examine it, and I try to take it off the sign. I'm gonna pick it up, take it off the sign.
Reaching for the roll a perception thing for me.
Oh, well, as it happens, I have a very good perception. So, bloodily blah blah blah. Aren't I cool? I'm Mr. Perception Man. Blah 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 blah. Bloodily blah.
That's the whole thing you're supposed
Sorry,
to do.
hang on.
Yeah, that's the D&D ritual established by Gary Gygax himself.
Yep, and that's what happened with Gary Gygax.
Yeah. It's found in a box going blah 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 blah.
I have 16.
16? Okay. Yeah, so you're reaching for this helmet, and then you suddenly realize it's not on. It's up, at the top of the monument sign, but it's not on the monument sign. It's kind of behind it, and it's on something's head. And this thing's head rises up behind the monument sign. It looks kind of like, imagine a Giger alien, but instead of the big, the toothy mouth, it has one giant eyeball at the front of that weird penis head that it has for a head. Yeah. There's horrible teeth underneath. Anyways, roll initiative.
Oh, really? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah.
The murder has started already. All right, I changed. By the way, I'm changing the lights. This is murder time lights. So we all know.
Those are nice lights. Yeah.
Yeah,
those
thanks.
are nice, good murder lights.
I mean, if you were having somebody over and you're like, "Hey, how about some murder?" and like, "Well, let's set the lights first. Maybe a little murder music, little flashing red lights." I got an unnatural 27. So,
Okay. Whoa, I think you're going first. He rolled a 20, which would be a critical roll if it was something, wasn't just initiative.
Yeah. Well, he blew his 20, didn't he?
He did. He blew it. So I'm having a little trouble here.
Screw you,
'cause
penis eye.
My
I'm gonna call him penis
notes. Yeah, I know. My notes that I spent all day yesterday and the day before working on have not updated on my iPad.
eye.
So
Do you want me to like vamp while you do that? Okay, we're back.
yeah, sorry about that. I had everything. I thought everything I had on one file, but I apparently had them on two. I had actually a brief heart attack just now because I thought I'd lost everything I've written for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. So
But,
you're dead now. You're dead.
I'm actually a ghost, which
Okay.
is I'm all in white.
Hey, there you go. Well, it's gonna make it much easier for you to pay your expenses.
Yeah.
And let us move on. So initiative. I rolled a 26, 7, something like that.
Yeah, you definitely go in first. So
Okay.
this strange creature that looks sort of like a Giger alien with a giant eyeball on the top of its weird phallic head is not looking happy that you tried to take his helmet.
Well, he shouldn't hide behind signs with just the helmet poking
He even
up.
has the strap around his penis chin. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm
mad.
there's a lot of things I could say about that just kind of upset me. All right, here's what I'm gonna do.
What you gonna do?
Willis, that's not how it goes. All right, so action 1, I am going to transform into star form. That takes a full action because
already
I'm gonna need that. Well, when you're fucking with a Giger penis eye alien,
Right.
you don't, that's throwing down that thing. I'm scared of it. So that's gonna be that, and so cantrips. That's a full action. That's not a bonus action, right?
Say again. What are the things?
If I want to do a cantrip is not a bonus action. That is a full action.
No, that is a full action. Yeah, because it's a spell.
Okay, so I am going to change into star form, which I can do 3 times a day, and because I'm a sassy druid and I'm now a man covered in stars, and I'm going to then take my motion to back away from penis eye as far as I can. So he's going to have to close if he wants to attack me.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing?
Well, I used my action to change, so that's all I can do. I mean, and my
That's true.
sword sucks.
Okay.
I got a sucky sword. I've got a sword of suckness. I've got a seersucker sword. A sword of...
What he does is sort of raise him up a little bit, himself up over the monument sign. You see, he's pretty tall for a monster. And his eye just sort of dilates for a second. You're going to have to roll a Constitution saving thingamajig here. So please do that.
All right. Oh, 8.
Oh, geez. Okay. So let me roll here.
It's nothing I ever like to hear. Yeah.
You take 7 points of damage.
All right. I can handle that.
And what happens is this eye dilates and you see this purple flash of energy, and you feel like you got, like, your face feels a little slack, and like you've been like punched really hard in the face. And it didn't feel good. You're not sure what its thing just did to you, but you feel kind of uglier than you were before.
That's I don't think that's possible.
I know.
I was pretty ugly already.
Like your eye feels like it droops a little bit on the left.
No.
Yeah.
I needed what little I had. Yeah. All right.
So,
is it my turn now?
Then it's going to try and move around the sign. So it's going to get. It's kind of in rough terrain here. So we're going to go ahead and just lower its speed down to 15. So it gets about 15 feet closer to you.
Okay. All right. So it's my turn now.
Yeah.
All right. I am going.
These are the sounds it's making. Like that.
Oh, that's not
Yeah.
good.
No.
No. Unless he's got something like stuck in his throat, like
Yeah,
he's just
yeah,
like a
there's
hairball.
chicken bone. Like maybe
Yeah.
that's it. He's mad. He's got a chicken bone in there.
Yeah, I mean, I could make a motion like Heimlich, like at his throat. You know that whole thing you're supposed to do if you're choking. You
Sure.
know, I make that motion. He doesn't respond. Does he
Doesn't
not
respond to that very well. No. Yeah.
Come
Yeah,
on,
just
pal.
more.
I just
More. Yeah.
I
No, it's just
I
still doing
really want to help you if it's what
Yeah.
you need. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
it. No, he's not responding.
All right. Well, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt. Guiding Bolt.
Okay. Right.
At him. So do I roll? I guess I rolled a hit, and I've got a +7.
Okay.
So let's do that. Let's do that, shall we?
All right. Yeah. Sure. Let's go for it. Yeah.
Oh, I got a 17.
Got a 17. That
Yeah.
definitely hits.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you do to him?
I do 4d6.
46. That's a lot of D's.
That's a lot of d6s. That's 4.
Yeah.
All right. Here's my first d6. Is I rolled a 5 and a 3, which is an 8, and then I'm going to roll another 2 d6s. Oh, I rolled a 1 and a 2, which is a 3. So I only did 11 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
but that. What does guiding bolt look like exactly? Is it just like a laser noodles or something?
It's laser noodles. It's a
Yeah.
flash of light that streaks towards the creature of your choice
Oh,
within
okay.
range.
So we'll just say this is sort of anime looking, you know.
Wait,
You
Mhm.
just sort of do this little like hand motion thing, and this flash of light like pulses out from your hands
Mm-hmm.
and strikes this thing, and it brings it to its knees. It looks
Mhm.
really bad off after you did that.
Oh no.
And it's gonna pick itself up. So that's gonna be half its movement right there.
Okay.
But it's still close enough to try and do a claw attack on you. So
Oh, okay.
it's going to do that out of sort of desperation. And what's your armor class?
A billion.
Oh, that's a lot.
15.
So that's a miss. First swipes.
Ha ha!
And then you got a 14 on the second one. Plus, he gets a +4 to hit. So 18. So he hits you with the second. So you're like, aha, I missed. And then you sort of duck up.
Ow! Hey!
So let me
Ow!
roll how many owies he gives you.
Don't do that. Why did he do that?
He gives you 9 owies.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Ow!
Yeah.
That's
he clobbered you.
alright. Adding that
Certainly
in.
bad.
Oh man, I'm down to
Yeah.
22 hit points out of 38.
Wow.
Yeah,
He's not good. He's not a good fella.
but he doesn't look like he's in good shape, is what you're telling me.
No, he looks really bad off. Like he's burnt up. And all his external fleshy bits are
Okay.
kind of crispy.
Okay.
His eye looks kind of bloodshot.
Well, he shouldn't have just tried to murder me.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
this could have been avoided,
He
right?
doesn't seem like he's like any more reasonable after this, though.
Oh, all right,
Yeah.
fine. I'm
In
gonna.
fact, I would say he
yeah.
looks less reasonable.
Huh.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna do the produce flame cantrip on him.
All right.
Yeah, and I get a +7 to hit. So I'm gonna produce
Mm-hmm.
some flame at his face.
Okay. I think that's reasonable. That's reasonable. You know.
Okay, so I just rolled a 1.
Oh, okay.
Now, can I use my inspiration point to roll that again, or would I have
You
had?
can,
I
yes.
would have had to announce
Yes.
that earlier.
no,
well, you
you
know,
can use it now.
I'm not going to do that.
Oh.
I might save it for something even more horrible because I think I could survive another attack from this guy. But what I am going to do is use my full movement to get away from him, which
Okay.
is 30 feet per second. I'm just going to back 30 feet up away. So if he wants to get close to me, he has to, he's going to have to close. Or is this rough
Is
terrain?
That might be considered disengage. That may be considered.
Is that disengaging? Oh,
Yeah, you have to disengage,
Mother puss
which means
bucket.
you lose your action.
Oh,
Otherwise, he's going to get an attack the second you do it.
Yeah, he is. So all right, I'm not going to
Yeah.
disengage. Oh man.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna use my action point. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do that.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
My only bonus happy time lucky.
I know.
And I'm gonna roll instead of rolling like the black die, which
Uh-huh.
I've been rolling.
Uh-huh.
Instead, I'm gonna roll the glow in the dark rainbow die.
Ooh, that's got to give you some good hits right there. Yeah. Comes with
right?
a pacifier.
And some fur pants and some
Go.
green fun fur pants.
It only rolls in the 90s.
Yeah. People make fun of the 90s, but Much better than now. All right.
Sure, yeah, I'd take some 90s right now.
Oh my god! I rolled another 1.
Oh, wow.
I rolled it. So
Huh.
Destiny wants me to roll a 1. I rolled a 1. My spell cantrip missed him, and I'm just stuck here like an asshole. That's what's going on.
So that fireball
Oh man!
shoots over its
Horkhauser.
head. You both sort of watch it go, like it stops, and it watched the fireball go.
Well, he's
It
watching.
lands-
Can I disengage?
You know what? We'll give you that. Yeah.
All right. So I go woo, and I run 30
Since
feet.
he's watching the fireball go.
Gary
we see it
Gygax not
land-
pleased. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We see it land somewhere in the forest on the Weirdwood side,
All right.
and you can see like some smoke coming up over on that side.
I hope I
so
started
you've-
forest fire.
It seems like you might have started a small fire over there.
All right.
So, so it's going to. So you went back 30 feet. It's going to try to approach you now.
Okay.
You know, it's gonna do what it did before. It just
All
sort
right.
of looks at you, and it's
Make me
it's-
ugly.
eye, which is now worse than it was before, is going to stare at you, and you need to roll a Constitution saving throw.
All right. You're right. I do. I was gonna protest and say no, I don't. This is America. I can go out with a mask on. I mean, with a mask off, and well, I rolled a 16.
Okay, so you resist it. Whatever was happening, you feel its effects like sear you a little bit, but this time it's like a tingle. Like maybe the damage you did to it has made his powers, whatever they are, not as supple
Oh,
as they were before.
okay. That's cool.
So
Glad to hear that.
it doesn't try to approach you though. It's staying where it was.
Okay.
And kind of looking around, like what's to be its fate. It's wondering.
It's gonna die.
Oh.
I think. I mean, unless I can apologize it. Actually, I'm gonna use a bonus action to say, "Hey, you don't have to kill me," and see if I get a response. All right, I'm taking that as a no. I'm taking that as not. All right. You know what? Screw it. I'm casting another guiding bolt. I'm not taking any chances this time.
All right.
And ooh, 18 plus 7 is 25.
Oh, okay. And what would you use? You use a guiding bolt?
Guiding bolt.
Okay, so you do that little hand motion again.
Yeah.
The white light flashes out.
Wow.
And all you see are its feet now. The rest
Oh,
of it
really?
sort of
But don't I
full
get
of
to roll
powder.
my 4d6?
You can if you want.
Well, that's 9.
Yeah.
And let's see what else. Oh, and 4. So yeah, 13 points on its charred corpse.
Yeah. It only had 4 points left. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that was overkill, but I was
Yeah.
Horkhauser's taking no chances.
So you basically just vaporized everything from the ankles up, and the helmet just goes plunk down onto the ground.
Horkhauser walks over to the helmet and
It's a nice helmet.
yeah.
It's a fire brigade helmet, silver and gold.
All right.
It says company and it has an infinity sign.
Okay. Well, now I got to add
it's
this to my stuff.
Yeah, written in the common tongue,
All right.
and it looks very sturdy. Like you could definitely use that for some defense.
Oh, good. We're gonna add a custom item here. And I was really hoping to come up with some sort of David Caruso-esque type one-liner to say over his dead body, or like a Roger Moore style James Bond quip over his smoking, over his smoking corpse, right? I'm just gonna I'm gonna say my best Roger Moore, smoking is hazardous to your health.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's very
then
good.
it's not that good, but
You know my favorite thing about Roger Moore, the actor who played James Bond. I think the third James Bond.
yeah.
What I like about Roger Moore was the name of his autobiography, which is "My Word Is My Bond." It's pretty good, huh? I know.
I'm sorry. What?
His autobiography was called "My Word Is My Bond."
Okay. All right.
You could order that at a bookstore if you want.
Yeah.
Find out about the life and times of Roger Moore.
Go ahead. Do it. Right now. It's a silver and gold Infinity Brigade helmet. Anything else I need to know about it?
Nope. It's just has a A silver and gold helmet. Feels like it would
Alright.
give you a little extra defense if you wore it.
Okay. Oh, I put it
It's
on.
sturdy. Like if you got hit in the head with something, this
Okay.
would be the thing to wear.
I think it looks good with my beard and my
Yeah, it's kind of cool and stylish because it's it's got that flat part in the front that goes straight up. It's got the symbol on it, and it's got the little protectors on the back.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And I'm sure I'm going to get to town and someone's going to ask me where I got it. I'm going to have to say I murdered a penis face for it, and that's going to be that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, could happen, yeah.
They might get angry at
So,
me. Maybe that guy was beloved.
Yeah, you're dusting off the helmet, putting it on, and then from the Weirdwood side, where the smoke is rising, you hear howls.
Oh, wait a minute. I got to change the light back. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
As the flames on that side the smoke seems to be getting worse on that side, you can hear some howls over there. I'm similar to what this creature made, but more distant.
Gonna start hoofing it towards the city of cowards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. I think that's probably the wisest thing to do at this juncture. Yeah.
Yeah. So the path to the city of cowards starts off through the forest, and then after a while it winds around the town, or the direction of the town seems to be built around the base of this old volcano. Are we breaking up again?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Seems to be built around the base of this old volcano. It looks kind of extinct. So you come out of the forest, and now you're sort of snaking around the base of this path that winds around hills and stuff. And then you go back into forest again, and then it's from there that you can see set up at the end of this path a barricade. And the barricade is made out of junk, just like wagon wheels, and it looks like they used to be an actual wall.
Okay.
And again, you can see a sign over this gate of junk. That is made of mostly of junk, like like I said, wagon wheels and sheets of metal, sheets of wood, plastered around what was an original wall, a more beautiful wall that had intricate carvings of some mushroom gods of some sort, and then a sign over the top again through the gate entrance of this wall says Bleeker's Mill, Inlet, Town of Feckle's Smirch, crossed out, and says Town of Cowards. And as you approach, two humans, step out, not completely out of the barricade, but like from behind some junk, like a door that's laid sideways. It's a man and a woman. They're both wearing fire brigade helmets too. Okay. And they're like, and the woman says, "Whoa, hey,
hello.
Who are you?"
My name is Horkhauser, and
where'd you come from?
That way. I came from the beach.
How'd you get in the bottle?
I found the bottle and I took the cork off.
Is the bottle still in the maze?
Well, yes, pretty sure. I mean, we're all sort of in the maze. Yeah.
She sort of goes, and the guy next to her goes, "Hey, ask him if he's brave. She says, "Are you brave? Are you like a warrior? Are you like a tough guy? What happened to your face?"
I don't know. What did happen to my face?
Where'd you get that helmet?
All right, long story. This weird looking creature with like a penis for a head and an eye at the end of it came up.
Happened to his
face. What happened to my face? What's
well, you're kind of droopy on the left side there. Nothing that a good night's sleep won't fix, but
he gave me a stroke.
Kind of strokey. Well, the thing is about these things, they're called dim nothics.
Okay.
There's nothics, there's dim nothics, there's bright nothics. And the dim ones, they're dumb. They're the stupid versions. Not as powerful as the regular nothics. But what they do is they fill you up with necrotic energy and kind of rot you a little bit. And if they hit you enough, you start to deform a little bit, your appearance. So, but you look like you only got a little bit of it. But in any case, before we let you in our town, you gotta do two things.
Okay.
So, tell him what the things are he's gonna do.
Tell me what the things are.
You gotta do two things. First, hand over that helmet. 2, promise you're not some sort of hero.
Two things. One, you can have this helmet,
All right.
even after I typed it into my inventory.
I know. Sorry about that.
Two, I am not a hero. I'm just a man who wants to get a plate to a restaurant so I can go home.
And the guy that's next to the lady goes, "Yeah, I guess it's okay."
Yeah.
She's like, "You think so?" She's like, "Did you say restaurant?"
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Oh, honey, I don't know. All right. Yeah, all right, come in.
Not my idea.
They start to pull open the junk that's that they've made for a barricade,
Right.
and you see they've got spears, but nothing really like super combative, and they're still wearing their fire brigade uniforms that say Company Infinity.
All right. Should I just remove the helmet out of my inventory? I'm never getting that helmet back, am I?
You can do what you want. This is Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, it's gone.
All right.
I'm just waiting for when I type it in again. All right, yeah, go ahead.
So I gotta look at my other notes now, where the other things are about these people. Where'd you go, people? Hey, people, where you at?
Excuse me.
People.
While you're looking that up, I'm going to tell everyone at home a little story about Gary Gygax.
The time when he ate an entire airplane?
Yeah, I'm going to tell that story right now, okay?
Right.
Let me get the music going, because I think we're going to want this. All right, okay.
All right.
I don't know if you've ever heard the story about the time Gary Gygax ate an entire airplane. It was on a dare. He was at the Burbank airport with a friend of his, and their flight was delayed. His friend said to him, we could do one of two things. One, we could go over to Cinnabon and just buy them out and gorge ourselves until we pass out from sugar and carbohydrates. Or, we could eat an airplane. Gary Gygax said, "Ha ha, you're joking, but I'm serious." Immediately, he threw himself through a plate glass window that separated the gate from the runway, and he just started running.
Yeah,
now,
that's our Gary.
Yeah. Now, had the airplane been, say, a large passenger jet, the story might have ended differently. Right. But what was right in front of him was a Cessna, a small 6-person Cessna that, had just landed about 45 minutes earlier and was being refueled. Now, if you know the Cessna like I do, it's made of sturdy material, but the material is also delicious. Tastes like barbecue. And, well, let me tell you, Gary couldn't resist. So he ran out there, and he just starts gnawing on the wing. And, have you found the thing yet?
Oh, yeah, I found it.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
all right. This is one of my favorite stories. Though.
Yeah, no, well, you can look it up on the internet. Just Google it.
I flew on a Cessna once.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. The wind hits it really hard and almost goes sideways. They're terrifying machines.
Yeah.
That's why you should always just eat them instead of getting on them. Gary was a smart man.
Yeah, he was. He very much was.
Okay, so they walk you into the town.
Mm-hmm.
The man introduces himself as a swill.
Okay, writing that
and
down.
The woman's name is Veneer.
Mm-hmm.
Veneer Umpteenth, and his name is Swill Ungluck. But you can just call him Swill and Veneer.
All right.
And she says, "Hey, this helmet, I'm glad you recovered it. It belonged to our friend Vernal.
Oh, yeah?
He disappeared into the weird wood a long time ago. And we're surprised we found this much of him."
Yeah, if I'd found more of him, I would have brought it back. That's some scary woods over there.
We don't go into the woods. Yeah. And unfortunately, they don't seem to come over here. But I think it's because they're afraid of Cliver, our resident wizard.
Oh, really?
Cliver Flea. He runs the place.
Could I meet him?
Well, I don't know. He's usually kind of busy. You have to make an appointment. So we could ask, but he's our most important resident. He's our resident hamomancer.
I'm sorry, what? A hamomancer?
A hamomancer. He makes ham. He uses magic to make ham. That's pretty much all we eat here.
If I may, is it good ham? Yeah. Is it good ham?
It's kind of, maybe good? At one point it was, but we've had it for so long. Swill and I have been here for how long? So is it 20 years? Been here for, no, they've been here for 20 years. We've been here for 2 years. We came into the maze 2 years ago through the west. She's like, yeah, there's 4 entrances to the maze. Which one did you come through?
I don't know.
You know that you came through the north.
I know that I came through the north entrance. Which,
Oh,
that's where
are you
Busby Burby came through, if I
Are
recall.
you another Busby Burby guy?
No, but I met a Busby Burby guy,
There's a lot of those
on the
here.
way in. Oh, really? I'm
Yeah.
curious what happened. I mean, he came in with a troupe of acrobats and performers, and then just everything went tits up. If you know,
Well, here's the
to
thing
coin a
about the
phrase.
maze. They're walking you through this town, and what you see as they're walking you through the town, you can see that the town used to be a normal town somewhere.
Yeah.
And you've actually been to, as you're walking through, you remember you've been to Feckle's Smirch years ago. You went to Feckle's Smirch, the town of Feckle's Smirch on Bleeker's Mill Inlet with another group of adventurers.
Huh.
And you remember there was a spa town. They also did a lot of lumber.
Yeah.
And it was very far from your home city of Frogs, Greenport.
Frogstown.
Frogs March Greenport. It's very far, but back in those days, you were more operating in the southern part of the world than the north. So it's very strange to see an entire town that you once visited inside a bottle.
Yeah.
That has now named itself the town of Cowards.
I have a lot of questions.
She says, yeah, a lot of people do, but basically the town's in the bottle for some reason. And a lot of us get stuck in the maze. And those of us that don't, go crazy and kill our party, we end up somehow finding our way to this bottle. And we just sort of stayed here. Like, Swill and I have been here for 2 years. We came in with a party of six people originally. We're the only two left.
Did the others murder each other?
Well, things got a little bit awful.
Okay.
See, we're Infinity Brigade. We're a fire brigade. We go into mazes and dungeons around the world and assess their fire hazard. Whether or not they're going to be a fire hazard to nearby towns.
Glad someone does.
Yeah. Usually, we're able to rate them and then let people know to avoid and whether or not to move the town or that sort of thing.
Okay.
But we went into this one. Boy, do we wish we hadn't.
I can see. It looks like. What happened once you got in here? I mean, you just got lost. Everything got messed up, and
he's all, well, I just remember there was the giant lizard with the hat. So, oh yeah, that hat lizard. So yeah, and then there was all the wasps. Everywhere we went, there was giant wasps.
Oh, I met some of those. Yeah.
Yeah, and so a couple of our guys got taken out by the wasps.
Okay.
And then this lizard with a hat. There was like a big iguana with like a top hat, and he was like, "Hey, you guys, check out this bottle." And we were like, we were really thirsty. She's like, "Yeah, we hadn't drank anything in like days."
Lizard.
And so we thought it was like a bottle of water, and this lizard hands us. This iguana pushes up this bottle. Next thing we know, we're in here.
Wow. Whoa. Okay.
And our pal Vernal, he got jumped by one of those Nothics on the first day. And that was 2 years ago. So.
Oh man, I'm real sorry. Hey, are we heading towards the center of town? Is there someone I can talk to?
So here's the thing.
Yeah, I really need to find that restaurant. I can return
sure.
the plate so I can
feel
get out.
I feel you. We all came in here with quests.
Yeah, please don't feel me. I don't like being touched. Yeah,
I know. I'm sorry. I'm talking figuratively.
Oh yeah, no, sorry.
Speech.
Sorry, I should have figured that out.
No, sure, no problem. So here's the thing. As you can see, the town's, it's here. And you look around and you see that the town is not the town that you remember.
Yeah.
It's in disrepair.
Okay.
Everything's got... the things that don't have dust on them have cobwebs on them. And the things that don't have dust and cobwebs on them have giant holes in them.
Are the holes covered in dust and cobwebs?
Or they've tried to patch it up with junk.
Okay.
You could see that maybe some people have mending spells and they've used those mending spells, which are just feeble little cantrips, to patch as much as they can, but it's not great.
This place is sad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you're as you're walking, you're tripping on holes in the cobblestones.
Yeah.
You can see a couple of places you remember from here before. some pubs that you saw. There was a pub called the Cask and Custard Pot.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that one being kind of boring. And then there was another one called Poozy Tameside. You remember that one being terrible? You got food poisoning there.
Yeah, I remember Poozy Tameside. I'm not going to Poozy Tameside again. And if I am, I'm not having the clam rolls.
Yeah. And then there's the you can see the spa at the end of the lane.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that was okay.
Okay.
But over as you pass by, what you remember was originally the town city hall. It now says the Ham Mill. And that is got barriers all around it. It looks nicer than any of the other buildings.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the rest of the buildings in this world that are owned mostly by humans.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the very high peaked roof, comes to a point, and while the others have holes, and this one's been kept up pretty well.
Okay.
So they take you. Says, well, here's the thing: when you come here, we gotta register you as citizen.
I'm just passing through, but
no, nobody passes through, son. Sorry.
What? Am I gonna? What? Nobody leaves?
No one's ever been able to leave.
Why not? They're not able to leave, or they just don't want to?
How do you get out of a bottle? She just stares. It's like she's waiting for an answer. Like she wants to know.
Personal growth.
Yeah. Write that down. Squill. He's like, personal growth. Yeah. He's right. He's actually got a little notebook.
Pushing out of your comfort zone, maybe.
Yeah. So those of us who have tried to go to pass through the Weirdwood, they've been torn to pieces because it's full of Noziks. You don't want that.
No.
And the rest of us has sort of stayed. The thing is, Cliver Flea, our dear old Hamomancer, he has hinted that he is working on a spell that will get us all out of here. But some of us think he's taken a long time doing it, because here's the thing, and this is why we're taking you to the bookstore. Okay, that's where you're going to register as a citizen.
Okay.
He's also, besides being a great maker of hams, he's also a terrible writer of fiction. So no bookstore in the world would take any of his books except for here, because we have nothing else to read. So
what you're saying is he doesn't want anyone to leave because you are his only readership.
Well, if any of us were powerful enough, to overcome him, probably we could confront him on that. But what do we do if we're wrong? So that's why you
could ask. Why don't you just ask?
We're called the Town of Cowards.
Oh, you're right. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. No. That's
so this point you've now walked up to a bookstore.
My bad.
The bookstore, like the ham mill that you walked by, is one of the few places in town that looks kind of well put together. It doesn't look as junky and falling apart as the rest of the place. As blighted, as we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
And the bookstore is called A Spectacle's Friend. Is the name of the bookshop.
Okay. Horkhauser goes, oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Let me find my notes on this place. Okay. So she opens the door. You can see books are in the front window. They're all written by the same guy. This is Cliver Flea. You see titles in the window like Francis Glee, Bee Detective. Braces for Faces, True Crime.
Oh no.
And the one that's the new one that's like right up front, must purchase is Hospital Food I've Liked, a travel guide.
Oh, Cliver Flea, man. So I walk up to the woman at the front and said, "Hey, you have anything by Cliver Flea?"
Okay, so what you see when you walk inside the store is lots of bookshelves, all the Cliver Flea volumes up front. You can see probably there's some other books way in the back that aren't by Cliver Flea. There are two people running this shop. One is a human male, somewhat middle-aged, dark-skinned, blue eyes, and he is with a younger woman, seems to be about 18, but there's something strange about her. She looks like she's related to him, but there's something strange about her face. Like she
Mustache?
looks like
mustache.
No, she just looks like she's
Not a
seen more years than this guy has.
Oh, so she looks like an old soul.
An old soul.
Yeah, or
well,
a witch who has disguised herself to look young when in fact she's an old witch.
This is Dungeons and Dragons. You don't know.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
So the guy just looks up, kind of dull, goes, "Oh, hey, we got a new one, Nana, we got a new one." And the woman looks up and goes, "Oh, hello. So here's the registry book, and what's your name?"
My name is Horkhauser.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
Thanks.
And you can see that behind the counter, there's actually a couple of dogs. Just hanging out, a couple of bloodhounds who are just sitting there. They look kind of old.
I wave to him.
They just raise an eyebrow, the way bloodhounds do.
Yeah.
So she says, here's the registry. Please put down your name, any interesting things about you, and the cost is 10 silver, and you pick out which book you want.
What if I don't want a book?
Oh, you have to buy a book.
Really? How for 10 silver? I have to do that?
Yes.
Really?
Those are Vernal, the woman that came, was just, yeah, you gotta buy a book. That's the rules. Otherwise, we have to throw you out of the town if you don't buy a book.
Okay. So,
like, she looks disgusted with it too.
All right, like nobody's happy about it. All right. Well, all right. I sign my name. I say Horkhauser. Over something interesting about me, I say looking for the restaurant to return a plate. Looking for the restaurant in the murder maze. There's other things I could put. I don't know. My original eyelids.
She just nods. Yeah.
Yeah.
She just nods. She goes,
yeah. Killed the
we're
penis
all
monster.
Looking for something.
Yeah.
Oh, tell me more about that.
I better not.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll choose a book, and I'm going to seek out. I'm just updating my currency here. That's 10 silver. I look around for what looks like the most boring book in the place.
Okay. So you're walking around, and you can see that the bookshop and your two guides that brought you in, they're just hanging out in the front talking to the lady and the guy, petting the dogs, that sort of thing. So you've been left to wander around, and you see that the front of the bookshop, all the books are hundreds of volumes of books, looks professionally printed by Cliver Flea. In the back of the bookshop, there are what looks like what were the original things that they sold. So which one would you like to check out, the front or the back?
You know what? I'm going to check out the original books just because I'm sure it's going to make them very upset.
Right. So you pass by as you pass by, you see some other volumes on the shelves like, "Oh No, I'm a Bat," a teen angst drama, apparently. And "Teleporting for Love," a steamy romance involving the teleportation of certain body parts. But when you get to the back...
Okay. I may actually have to pick that one up. But,
sure.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, the minimum is 10 silver for one book. You can buy as many books as you want.
Oh, and I've got a bag of holding, and it's got 3 tractors in it, so there's got to be room for books.
Yeah. A bag of tractor holding.
I have a bag of tractor holding. Also, I realized as I was going through inventory again, I still have 10 sticks of dynamite that I got from the Mock Griffin.
You do, yes.
So at any point, shit could get really, really fucking punk rock.
And since you have a magical cigar that's always lit, you can light those things up real easy.
Yeah, like Hannibal in like the opening of the A-Team opening credits.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's always a good.
Does
reference.
he do something like that? I don't remember. He probably lights a stick of
have.
dynamite off his cigar and
what
throws it behind
would he have?
Yeah, throws it behind
a cigar
bush, and then there's a big explosion. It's like a stuntman flips end over the top of the bush.
What other reason would you have a cigar in a show like that?
I don't know. I mean,
there's
no other reason. Yeah.
You look to Dirk Benedict and say, "Hey, hand me some dynamite.
Yeah.
It's time to blow stuff up with my cigar."
Yeah, and I love it when a plan comes together.
Sure.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
There's some rough times in the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you get to the back of the bookshop. You can see there's some more some authors that you recognize from years ago, like 20 years ago, like, people who stopped publishing a long time ago.
Yeah.
The earliest works you could find is about 20 years 20 years past.
Okay. Careful, don't put your hand on your thing.
Sorry. Yeah, forgot.
Those of you listening at home, that wasn't Ricky just stomping his foot into a bowl full of potato chips. That was actually yeah.
So when I touch my headphones,
Mm-hmm.
the sound goes crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't do that though. Don't do it.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to lose every listener we have, you will do it. But if you don't, you won't do it. Yeah.
Right.
Think about how that works.
I know.
That's math. That's the math of the situation.
I'm tempted.
I know. Right.
So you find, you're just looking through books. One that catches your eye is I'll find the name of it here. I wrote it down. Boop 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 boop.
What an intriguing name.
Yeah, that's one book. The boop 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 boop. So you find a book on just looking around. You see a book on dogs.
Great. Yes.
It's like a Lassie style adventure book.
Great.
Called Classy Girl, and it's got a picture of a collie on the front. And you can see that there's a bookmarker in it already. Somebody's looked at this book.
Well, I'm going to take that book, and I'm also going to buy a copy of Teleporting for Love. Okay. I'll pay the extra money. So I go up to the front, I take the books, I buy them, and then I'm going to open up the Lassie book, and then I'm going to look at the bookmark.
Okay. You can see the bookmark is not a bookmark, it's a dog collar. Black with little silver spikes.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Does it I take it out, does it look magical at all? Is it completely untouched by age, or is it
It is untouched by age.
Oh, yes. It's a magical dog collar.
Yeah.
Huh. And I say to the woman at the counter, do you know anything about this dog collar? Is this
So people leave stuff at books sometimes. We used to be a used bookstore, so sometimes there's things in there, combs. I've once found a whole comb, with hair.
Whoa!
Yeah, that was
crazy.
in an atlas.
Yeah.
Who combs their hair while looking at an atlas? I should have looked at that one before I bought it.
Yeah, it's probably full of dander and follicles, and you don't want that on your maps. Who wants a dander covered? It looks like it's snowing. You just assume everywhere you go.
10 silver for the Cliver book, 5 for the dog book, and then I'll throw in the collar for free.
Oh, all right, cool. I pay the lady.
All right. So.
And so no. Seriously, here, Miss. I need to get out of here. I know this is a lovely town full of all sorts of amazing local color, but I need to get out of here because I need to. At least, can I talk to the wizard? At least, I mean, can I talk to the Hamomancer?
I'll tell you what. You just relax. Swill and I will go and talk to Cliver.
All right.
See if we get you an appointment.
Yeah.
You could go. I mean, there's places to go. You're gonna have to eventually go on over to the inn and see if they've got a place for you to stay.
All right.
It used to be an inn. Now it's a forever hotel.
This sounds like a very exciting town I've stumbled into.
Oh, sure. No, it's not.
I have to get out of here.
Yeah. So, but hey, if you want to relax, there's the spa.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Oh, and the lady behind the counter, she's like, "Oh yeah, the spa here," and she hands you a ticket, a free spa.
Okay.
Ticket.
No, I'm going to die in this town if I don't get out of it. I can tell. That's what's going to happen. I really have to get out of this town now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you can go get a drink over at the what's the name of this place? It's on here somewhere. Boop 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 boop. I lost the name of it. No, the Nothic's Head.
Okay. Nothic's Head?
It's the name of is the name of the big pub here where everybody gathers. But pretty much they just sort of go, okay, we'll see, we get you an appointment, and they just sort of leave you alone and walk off. And you're just sort of left there in the middle of the town square, and you can see it's not a lot going on here. There's the spa at the end of the street.
Yeah.
There's the ham mill at the other.
There's
some place called Spitzmau's Spit House, which it says magic shop. There's a potions shop called Duck Buckets.
Oh no.
There's a taxidermist. It says blacksmith, and it's crossed out, and it says taxidermist. It says 3 hooves or 4.
Oh, this is. I'm a tourist now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Spitzmau's Spitz House is the sundry shop. The name of the magic shop is Trick or Be Tricked, and the or be seems to be somebody's name. OARBEE. Trick or Be Tricked.
I hate these people. Oh man!
Town of cowards.
Horkhauser hates these people. I mean, I myself, if I were to find myself in this town, I would have a lovely afternoon.
Sure.
Just wandering about. Oh, let's look at the magic shop. Oh, how droll, how adorable. Oh, is there a ham plant? Oh, let's see how they make ham in these parts. Let's go to the ham factory. Oh, adorable. Oh, what a lovely pub. I can put my feet up. Order what? A ham? Maybe a ham sandwich? A ham?
Probably a ham sandwich.
On ham? Can I get a bacon on ham? Could I do that?
Yeah.
Between
some ham fries?
So serve between in a basket of ham and maybe some ham soup in a ham bowl. I would do all of that. I would love to.
Right.
But Horkhauser,
you gotta see the sights.
Horkhauser wants to get the hell out of here because he will die in this town, and he knows it. So there's now, as a player, I'm now thinking that you may have spent a lot of time developing these amazing towns.
Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me.
Okay.
You do what Horkhauser does.
Good. Okay. Horkhauser's gonna walk over to the ham plant.
I just fill this stuff up full of stuff so that I have something to do in case you go left when I expected right.
Oh, I'm about to go diagonally, I think. But by the way, since these source books, you're going to eventually be selling them, this will be a great place for a great town if people want to, adventure in this.
Yeah, I can put that in there. It's right here, Bruce. Is that Bruce crying?
Yes.
I hear Bruce.
That's
Bruce the
crying.
cat.
Bruce.
Yeah.
I've noticed people in the chat room have started to really take a curiosity, an interest in Bruce.
I've seen him. He's so big, I know that you use him as a chair.
He's not that big, but he is big.
Oh.
And he's probably angry at me because he wants me to play with him, but no.
Sure.
Usually he's the dungeon master, and and it's not. I'm not doing that right now.
Yeah, you die in all those dungeons though.
I know, and they're all just filled with tuna.
The tuna dungeon.
Yeah,
that's one of the books.
Oh, I should have got that one.
Yeah, the tuna dungeon.
Okay, well, all right. Here's what I'm gonna do.
A big picture of a cat on the front.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. And all the walls are tuna, and the treasure is all tuna. And it turns out all the orcs in there are also tuna. They're tuna orcs. Yeah, so it's Adventures with the Tuna. It's like every time I play Dungeons and Dragons with Bruce, it's Adventures with the Tuna Orcs. Yeah. And I'm
Cliver Flea is a genius.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And so, I go into town. Where is it? Well, there's a tuna inn. And I'm like, oh, no, I don't want to. No, I don't want to do that. So anyway, okay. Because I'm not. No, Horkhauser, he's a man of business, man of action, a man of little patience. And he's going to go walk over to the ham factory.
Okay.
What is it? Is the ham factory or the ham plant?
The ham mill.
Ham mill. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. You can see that it used to be because this town was a lumber mill that had a spa at the end.
Okay.
So it was like a place that people would come here when it was located not inside this bottle. Mm-hmm. They would come to the island to trade wood, and then they would stop at the spa.
Okay.
And so the city hall and the mill were sort of one. And you can see that is now what is now the ham mill.
All right.
Well, so the front of it is like the auspices of a city hall, and the back of it is a mill, an ex-lumber mill that goes against a river at the back of the village.
Okay.
And It's nice. There's a lawn out front,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a wall. But there's a gate that's open in the front, and then leads up to a big door.
Is there a is there like a guard at there? I'm just gonna
You don't
walk.
see a guard.
All right, I'm just gonna walk through the gates. I'm gonna walk up to the front door of the ham mill.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna just try to open the front door of the ham mill. I'm not gonna,
Okay.
you know. Does
Okay.
it,
So when you grab the door, roll a Constitution saving throw.
for crying out loud!
Sorry.
You're not sorry. That's okay. 18.
18. Okay. Yeah. You don't get blown backward, but you do take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh man.
As this touching the door, what looks like a what do you call those things? They ram doors open with. Forgot.
Battering rams?
Battering ram, yeah. Sort of like a reverse battering ram. Fires out of the door, hits you square in the stomach.
Is the door open now?
No.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. How big is this lawn?
It's about, it's a your regular lawn for like a ranch house, in the suburbs.
Okay.
That size.
Is there anything in the street? Like, what's in the street in front of it? Is there like a
in front of it? The street is ruined cobblestones.
Okay.
So lots of holes in the stones. Looks like people may have like taken stones just to use as missiles or something.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything like around the wall? Is there what you would describe as either an open space or say a town well, a deep town well?
Where there should be a town well, there is one of those areas where gatherings happen, like a farmer's market would happen, a big open space.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like they do have stalls that set up here, but it says Dust Market. And there's nobody there right now.
All right, and there's no well. There's no like deep hole.
There's no open well for community water that you can see.
All right, let me tell you what I'm getting at. Here's what I am going to do. I tried to find an empty space. I'm going to walk up to the front of the ham mill. Okay, I'm not going to knock on the door. And how far is it from the front of the ham mill door to the gate of the ham mill lawn?
Oh, about 30 feet.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to light a stick of dynamite, and I'm going to throw it just to the other side of the gate, and it'll land in the street. I hope there's nobody around. Is there nobody around?
So you're throwing it at the street, or you're throwing it at the wall?
I'm throwing it at the street. I'm not throwing it at the door. I'm throwing it at the street.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm creating a diversion.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you throw the dynamite.
Yeah.
And are you doing something before it goes off or after it goes off?
I'm gonna crouch by the door and hold my ears. I'm gonna wait till it goes off.
Okay.
And then the minute it goes off and it goes a big loud boom, I'm going to start pounding on the door to the ham and say, "Oh my God, you gotta get out here! Oh my God, it's terrible! Something's happened in the street! Oh my God, you gotta come out here right now! Something horrible has happened! Oh my God, come out the door! Come out the door! Please come out! Help! Help! Help!"
Okay. So, you can see when that goes off.
Yeah.
A bunch of townspeople at the inn across the street, or at the pub, the terrible pub, Poozy Tameside. Some of them like sort of lean out of the door and look at what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
The blacksmith / taxidermist sort of leans out of his shop and stares, but none of them are like doing anything.
All right.
And then they're all sort of looking up at the mill. Not at you. They're not looking at you, but they just like their eyes just suddenly travel up, and you can see above you some windows have opened, and you see the biggest human head you've ever seen in your life.
Really?
Yeah. Do you remember? You saw Spirited Away, right?
Yeah.
You remember the old lady with the giant head?
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay.
As this man's head with pointy ears, looks like he was an elf, comes out, looks around, and goes, "Shut up!" and closes the window, and goes back in. And then everybody else goes back into their shops.
Mm-hmm. All right, I pound on the door again. You gotta come out here. You gotta come out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nothing comes. Nothing happens. As far as that goes. But coming around from the street, you see those two fire brigaders, Vernal and Swill, come up. Go. He goes, oh, you know, that's not gonna work. We just talked to him, and he's writing right now. He's been working on an important novel.
Oh no.
She says, yeah. She says he'll give you an appointment, but it's gonna be a week.
A week?
A week.
All right. Here's what I do, and I don't have that kind of time because you know the scourge will blight my house.
Oh, honey, we've all had problems we had to leave behind.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here's what happens next.
Right.
I'm just seeing if I have anything that's like maybe a useful thing that might help me here. So like, if you use meld into stone, can you come out the other side?
What does the spell say?
That's what I'm reading right now. It doesn't seem like you can. No, you just sort of go in there and you come out the way you can. All right,
You come out the same. You can only come out the same side.
Yeah, because it's just like hiding. It's not like not like pass through stone. It's more like you just sort of like can disappear into the stone.
So you go into the stone and you stay still, and then you come back out the same side you came in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's crazy.
I know, right? All right, here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to light another stick of dynamite. I'm going to leave it at the front of the door at the front of the ham plant, and now I'm going to run out into the street. Wait for that to explode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you run past Swill and Vernal.
Mm-hmm.
They both just sort of sigh and they walk slowly behind you out of the way. Like, and the dynamite goes off.
Yeah.
And you look back and the door is fine. She says, "Look, honey, I know it's tough, right? We all had problems when we first came here, but you know, it is what it is. Why don't you just go relax at the spa? You're all tense. You're tensed up."
I'm a little worried about our audience at home who don't want to sit through me going to a spa. I don't say to her.
Right.
But all right, you know what? Let's go to the spa.
Sure.
Let's do it. Let's go to the spa. Let's do it. We go to the spa. I got a ticket.
Audiences love spas.
They do. They absolutely adore them. They absolutely adore spas. So let's go there. Let's see what happens in this lovely spa.
You go up to the spa, and it says it's closed right now. It'll be open at 9 p.m. tonight.
What kind of spa only opens at 9 p.m.? Oh, it's a sex spa.
I don't know about that. We'll find out.
I don't know. All right, well, I'm going to go to the local inn, the local tavern. Going to order myself a ham slab and a tall frosty glass of ham. And I'm going to go out there and say, "Hey, what do you know about this restaurant in the Murder Maze? You know anything about it?"
So you're going to the inn. That's the Nothic's Head, and that is the one that used to be an inn, but now is a forever hotel. But it also has a pub down at the bottom.
All right, good.
When you walk in, you see those creatures that that creature that you fought earlier.
Yeah.
You see that the walls are covered with those things' heads.
Oh, good.
Severed heads,
all
stuffed and put up on the wall.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so she's like the lady who runs it is this dwarf woman.
Okay.
Let's see. I wrote down blonde, short hair. She seems very cheerful. She says, "Oh, new company. Yeah, well, welcome to your new family." And you see around, there's like a bunch of people. They seem kind of sleepy-eyed. Not the most exciting bunch. A lot of humans, a couple dwarves, a couple elves. There's one really big mutton troll in the corner, sitting at a tiny table. Well, tiny for him. Now, if you remember the mutton trolls, they look kind of like a cross between Totoro
Yeah.
and Sweetums from the Muppets.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there at a tiny table with a tiny little glass of beer.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
so everybody sort of raises a glass to you, goes, welcome. Like,
Oh,
says without any
man.
energy.
No. I clearly took the wrong path. I should have gone into the murder zone. This is not gonna end well. This is not ending well at all. There's not even a cliffhanger here. I mean, we don't even have a cliffhanger. I mean, we can't put this away until next episode because, I'm just stuck in a really boring town. I can't leave.
It's called the Town of Cowards.
All right, and I said, I mean, and the only person who's not a coward is the only person who can get me out of here. So I can't intimidate these people into getting me out of here. A week? I have to wait a week just to see the wizard.
That's what they're saying right now. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So the lady that runs the place, she says her name is Rita Hammertoe.
More ham.
Rita says, hey, there's things you could do for excitement around here. Look at myself. I'm a Nothic hunter. I'm the only one who's brave in this town of cowards. She looks around, kind of disgusted. Says, they're not that hard to kill. Although it looked like you took a little damage there. You're not looking too good.
No, I was born this way. Hey, look, lady, Miss Ham Salad.
Sure.
I first of all, did you do all these heads on the wall?
I did. Yeah.
That's
thank you.
Fantastic.
I know.
That's amazing. That's my hat is off to you, but they already took my hat. Look, has anyone ever left this bottle? Anybody ever left this bottle?
That's a question for let me look up his name. Here. Sorry.
Clever Flea the wizard.
Well, yeah, Cliver Flea is somebody you could ask, but the one you want to really talk to is that mutton troll over there.
Oh.
His name is Dang It. She says as she's trying to remember.
His name's Dang It.
She's trying to remember as she looks like she's thumbing through her brain.
Is this a time for another story about Gary Gygax?
As long as it's not true.
Let me tell you the time that Gary Gygax climbed on the outside of the Empire State Building to reach the top. Okay?
What?
Yeah, all true. So, all right, Gary Gygax had gone to New York for a gaming convention.
I said fake stories, Trueheart.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me tell you about the time Gary Gygax mismanaged his business and ran it into the ground and had to sell it to another company.
That's let's go back to the other.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, Gary Gygax, you can stop me the minute you get the name of this mutton troll. So he's in New York, and he's been, the gaming convention went great, by the way. And now he's with a couple of his other pals there, and they're on the town. It's New York. You're in the town. He's got a couple of lovely ladies. They met at the convention. And not only has Gary Gygax tied one on, but he's had at this point what I'll describe as a potentially lethal dose of PCP. Now, that would be for anyone else, but for Gary Gygax, who has the stamina of a mountain moose, he's just getting started. But the PCP is starting to take hold, and he's getting a little punchy. And, they start making jokes like, oh, look, it's the Empire State Building. And the girl's like, oh, wouldn't it be romantic to go to the top? I really want to see it. And Gygax, of course, but there's a line out the door, right? Now, most people would do what? They'd wait. Have you found the name yet? Most people...
You know what? I'm going to make up a name because I cannot find it. His name is Spobo.
Okay.
Anyways, PCP, that stands for Pacific Coast Palace, right?
Yeah, no, it's angel dust. It'll make you crazy. You don't want that. But it gives you the strength of 10 men. And so let me just I'm going to save the end of the story. I don't want to spoil anything, but just long story short, if you were going to climb up the side of the Empire State Building on any drug, I mean from Advil all the way up to, say, ayahuasca, And ibuprofen in the middle there. PCP might be the one drug that would give you the strength to do it. That's all
Sure.
I'm saying. I don't
Right.
recommend it.
Right.
It would be foolhardy. None but those as strong as Gygax should ever attempt it. But regardless, so I go over to Beep Beep. What's his name again? You've forgotten now too.
Oh, sorry. All right. Anyways, back to reality.
Yeah.
So she says, "Yeah, you just have to talk to Spobo over there."
All right, Spobo Baggins.
Yeah.
All right, so I go over to Spobo the Mutton Troll.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, thank you, miss. You've been very helpful. Thank you. And again,
She says, "Thank you for that story
congratulations.
about Gary Gygax, whoever that is."
Yeah, it's weird. I wasn't telling you, but okay. So we go over to Spobo, and I say, "Excuse me, do you mind if I ask you a question? I don't mean to disturb you or interrupt your meal."
He points at the chair next to him.
I sit down.
Yeah.
And I say, well,
"You're new.
I am. And as much
Do you
as
want a massage?
I'm
the town masseuse."
don't think, not at the moment. Maybe.
Sure. He grabs your cheeks. He's like, "These look kind of.
Yeah.
Wiggling your cheeks back and forth.
Yeah, I was
Let's
attacked.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so look, I'm on a quest, and
Right.
I need to deliver a plate to the Murder Maze restaurant. Long story, and
Right.
I know that nobody's ever left this bottle, but if I don't leave the bottle, a lot of people are gonna die. And
Right.
I really, if you know, they said you might know of someone who's gotten out of the bottle.
Well, this is all my fault, really.
Really? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Maybe you should be sorry. It's your fault.
I know.
What happened?
Oh, 20 years ago, I found a secret fey garden inside the spa. I just opened up a cabinet to get some bath towels,
Yeah.
and instead it opened up this beautiful grotto.
Huh.
And went inside, sat down, and there was a bottle of wine. And I thought, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a beer in front of me right now, but alcohol doesn't really do anything to. We can just drink it down; it doesn't bother us.
Okay.
But so I just thought, I was feeling kind of harassed that day.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because I had some bad clients. And,
Happens. People.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. So I was sitting there and I was holding this wine bottle, and I thought, God, boy, jeez, oh, wow, golly, oh, boy, wouldn't it be great if I could just go far away from all these clients? And the next thing you knew, the whole town was inside the bottle.
But not the
So-
clients.
Not the clients. Some of
Okay.
the nicest town members were there, but none of the exciting town members were there.
Okay.
And none of the mean clients were there.
Oh.
And the whole town was in this bottle.
Okay.
And we've kind of been there ever since. It's been about 20 years, I think.
So what you're saying is nobody's ever been out of the bottle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is
Hey, you look familiar. Didn't you come through here 20 years ago?
I don't know. Probably
Yeah, I
not.
think you did.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I think you did.
I've got that kind of face.
Yeah. Remember I grabbed you? I gave you a massage. And I was like, "Ugh," you're like real tense around the shoulders. I was like, "Ugh." And then you started to choke, and I had to give you I had to save you. Sorry about that.
Yeah. That's okay. Well, I don't. I'm not a man who. I'm not a man who holds a grudge, but
I feel bad about that still. So let me give this.
You kind of owe me a favor. You kind of owe me a favor.
And he reaches into his little vest. He's got a little vest on, and he pulls out a little red sack and he hands it to you.
Oh, thank you.
So this is a bag of toasting. You
Oh,
put
really?
any bread in it at all, it toasts it.
Thank you. What does it
You're
do
welcome.
for ham?
Well, you could if you can find some bread, you can put it on the ham.
Bag of toasting, huh? Well, I get to add that to my. I get to add that.
Yeah.
Custom.
Yeah.
All right. Hang on, I'm adding that to my inventory.
Right.
Okay. I'm just gonna write bag of toasting, and that's what's gonna be in here.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Right.
Bag of toasting. Hang on. 1 minute. Bag of hang on. I made a typo. Bag of toast. Okay, hang on. All right, no. Okay, we're done. Okay. Yeah, I did it. All right, good. Hey, bag of toasting. That gateway you said to a closet with a fairy land in it.
Yeah, it's like a little grove in there, and I just went in there and
is it
I
still
found the wine
there?
bottle. I haven't found it since. Some customers say they find it sometimes. Sometimes there's little green pigs that show up in little wizard hats and they dance around them and then vanish. All sorts of weird stuff.
I say, you know what? I need to go to the spa right now. What?
Ooh.
Let's do it.
Right.
I'm going.
All right. We can open it up here.
Yeah, please. Absolutely.
Sure thing.
You know what? I just got this knot in my shoulder, and yeah. So let's do it. Go to the spa right now. I got.
All right.
Yeah, I'll pay. I throw down some money for his bill. Here's your bill. Let's go.
Right. Okay, so that was 80 silver because he's been here for a while. He's been drinking a lot.
What is that? 8 gold pieces? No, is that 80 silver is like 1 gold piece, right?
Almost 1 gold. Yeah.
Fine. You know what? I leave a tip. All right, let's go.
Right. So he's taking you up the street. He's really slow. He's like, ooh. Anyways, he's pointing out all the buildings. This is the taxidermist. If you ever want to, get some taxidermy
That's
done.
cool.
And this is the bookshop, which you probably already went to if you came here.
Yeah, I did. I got a couple of nice things there.
Real then he gets you up to the spa.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big building with some outdoor hot baths out front, but also leads into an interior. And he's fiddling with the key for a long time. He's like, not this one. He's got a ring key. Not this one. Maybe this one. And then he opens up. He's like, all right, just help yourself to one of the rooms there, and I'll go get some oil.
Okay, so the minute he disappears, I'm gonna start looking through closets because he said there was in a closet. I'm gonna start every closet I see. I'm just gonna start opening, and I was like, no, not this room. Yeah.
Very good.
Yep.
All right.
Because we're an hour and a half into this, and there's no cliffhanger in sight.
Oh, it doesn't always have to be exciting. So roll me a 1d6.
All right. 5.
5. Okay. So you are walking around. You open up some stuff.
Yeah.
The first thing you see is a couple of old men, naked, in the spa, together, punching the shit out of each other over some argument.
Is there a closet in this room?
No.
Say, pardon me. Shut the door. Next room.
Roll for me.
I rolled 5 again.
Jeez.
The next
arguments.
It was the next room. 2 old men punching each other.
That door apparently led to the same room.
Oh, weird. Okay, so next door.
Yeah.
All right, 3.
3. Okay. You open the door. There's a Spobo. Actually, that was his name. Jeez, I found it. Wow.
Oh, imagine that.
His name was Spobo.
His name was Spobo.
Yeah.
Wow, you just pulled Spobo out of the air and you got Spobo.
It's like, oh, you found it. Come on in.
I say, hang on. Is there a closet in this room?
Yeah, that's where I got the towels from.
All right, I go and I open the closet door.
Okay, roll for me.
Okay. 6.
6. Okay, so you open the door and you're like, the second you open it, you just see a beautiful grotto, golden in light. And you hear Spobo going, what?
And I said, I found it! And I go, yes.
So you go running in and you see, so there's a hot springs in there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a beautiful cherry tree.
Yeah.
draping the whole thing. There's little
Wow.
cherry blossoms floating everywhere.
Uh-huh.
And there's a golden light coming from somewhere, you're not sure. And you see these little, they're those little green pigs that you've used from your wand before are there
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
They got their little hats, and they got little towels draped over the little arms. But this, instead of on all fours this time, they're walking around in two legs with the little towels, and they direct you towards the hot tub or the hot spring.
Okay.
Spobo just like walks right and goes, "This is it.
This is
place.
it. This is the
Whoa."
place. Well, I wonder what's going to happen next. What's going to happen next?
He goes and sits down in the spa.
I
relaxes,
think maybe.
takes off all his clothes.
I don't.
Sits there.
Okay.
A big hairy monster sits
Right.
there in the water.
That's, here's how a cliffhanger works. Okay. We wonder what's going to happen next.
Sure, I wonder.
Yeah. And then we turn in next time to find out what happens. Because I really need to take a break. And Bruce is screaming because I have accidentally locked him out of the kitchen where his food is. Right. So and we don't want to upset Bruce the cat.
We don't, no.
No. So this could be the way out, or it could be a hot tub with a very large hairy troll. We don't know which.
Yeah.
We don't know.
That's my favorite John Cusack film.
Yeah. Hot tub with a big fat hairy troll.
Yes.
Yeah. John Cusack and the Jim Henson Creature Shop did an amazing job. I'm going to say that this is a good place to stop.
All right.
This is a good place to hang the cliff.
A lot's happened.
Yeah, a lot's happened. And, we've got to record 2 of these back to back, but the people at home don't know that. Oh, they know it now. So, I know, I killed the magic. Ladies and gentlemen, what will happen? Will the pigs lead him to freedom? Will a big door made of ham open in the walls and open onto an airplane runway where a coked up Gary Gygax is eating a Cessna? We don't know.
We don't know, really.
But you can tune in next time for the next episode of The A-Team.
Oh!
This has been One Man Murder Maze with Ricky Simons and Eric Trueheart. If you enjoyed the show, hey, please tip your maze masters for maze maintenance at paypal.me/onemanmurdermaze. Our audio podcast is available on Apple and Stitcher. Our videos are on twitch.tv/onemanmurdermaze and also on YouTube. Just search for One Man Murder Maze. Our website is guess1manmurdermaze.com.
What are you looking at?